And this is just a short one on nonmetals. And what you can see, nonmetals and metalloids. So the nonmetals are going to be on the right side of the periodic table. So remember we said before that most of the periodic table is metals. And you can see from here that the purple, most of them are the nonmetals. So you can see hydrogen is a nonmetal over here. So just a couple things about nonmetals. They are going to be poor conductors of heat and electricity, which means they're the insulators that we use. They're not malleable, they're not ductile, they're not shiny, they have no luster. And instead of losing electrons when they're ionized, they actually gain electrons. And they want to do that because they want to be like noble gases who have the complete octet of electrons. There's two groups that we're going to look at. The first one is halogens, and the second one is noble gases. And if you look here, you can see the halogens are right here in column 17, and the noble gases are right here in 18. So they're kind of like the total opposite of the alkali metals and the alkaline earth metals. Halogens are in column 17. They already have 7 valence electrons, so they're trying to get to that magic number of 8. So for them, it's just easier to gain an electron. They gain 1 electron and become -1. These are the most reactive nonmetals, and the only liquid one in this case is bromine. So mercury's kind of a weirdo, bromine's kind of a weirdo. And then the other one over here, noble gases, they're in the column 18. They have that outer octet, except for helium, and so they're kind of like chemically satisfied. So what happens with them is they're what we consider inert. They essentially almost don't react with anything for the noble gases. And again, you can see them here on this little thing here, noble gases, halogens. We have a couple other ones, but there's not that many of them, which is, if you think about it, kind of unusual. And then the last section here is just on the metalloids, and the metalloids are our leftovers. So again, I'll come right back to this slide, but you can see them here. They're the orange ones, and you can see they're considered on the step of the periodic table, and it looks like a little staircase. They're all going to be solid. They are the ones in the middle, so they act sometimes like a metal, sometimes like a nonmetal, which is hence the metalloids. And they're probably most important to us is that they are semiconductors, so they are useful in computers and all our really fancy technology that we have. And again, here's our list. Now you do need to actually know these because they're not perfectly on top and the bottom of it. They're not, like you can see here's boron, but this one right here is aluminum, and that's not considered a metalloid. So you do have to be a little more careful with these, but that's your thing. So on the test, I could ask you like where things are, which one of these is this. I could ask you which one is in family 6, you know, row 5, anything like that. So you want to be able to read the periodic table and kind of understand what we're talking about.